Hey guys, welcome back to Twist and Shout. And today we have another hot topic or debate in the natural hair community. And yes, this is based on a post that I've seen that has been, it resurfaced because I've been seeing it, but it came back out again. And it was a meme asking a question or stating that a woman actually cut her hair without talking to her spouse or her husband, and it created an uproar. I'm talking about people was cussing and fussing, calling names, just just gone with it, like just da 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 da. Okay, so I have here, of course, my husband.
Yeah.
And he's gonna give his raw, honest opinion about natural hair, cutting hair, and things of nature. Now, before he speaks, I'm gonna say, first of all, subscribe to this channel, give it a thumbs up, comment. He has a channel, The Wholehearted Christian.
Yep.
Subscribe to his channel.
Yep.
But anywho, I'm gonna state my piece, a little bit of it, because me and him actually had a conversation, obviously, before I even made this, and I said, you know what, we need to get up here and talk and be real, because there's a lot of opinions out there. But me personally, I feel like that's one of the conversations that should be given or had before you even tied a knot. That's my opinion. Like, somebody obviously was attracted to you how you were, like when you meet them. So if you're the type, you know, that you change or you're diverse, I think you should be like, hey, I like to do a lot of things to my hair. Is that okay? Because men are straightforward and they're kind of simple. So it's like they either like this or they don't like this.
Right.
And like, you have to be fair, because just like the discussion of kids, finances, religion, I think that is just as important, because you really do have men who don't like women cutting their hair. And then you have men who say, whatever, as long as you look good. But that's my 2 cents. But okay, you, sir. Let's just start with the first question. How do you generally feel about natural hair?
I'm not hard to please. I don't have a problem with natural hair as long as it's well kept, is well maintained, and it looks good. If it suits you, I will be happy with it. I'll be fine with it. You will get compliments from me if it suits you. If it does not look good, I'm going to let you know that I do not like it. Why? Because if you are living with me, you're married to me, I don't want you to go out there looking foolish. So I'm going to let you know, hey, you look foolish before you go out there, because somebody else is going to let you know. Yeah. Or they're going to say, hey, girl, your hair look good. Girl, did you see her hair? I'm just letting you know before you leave the house. So if you get mad, you get mad with me, but at least when you step out, you don't look foolish.
All right. All right, so let me just remind my husband how, first of all, because when I met you, I was not wearing my hair. Like, he didn't even, the first time he actually like saw my hair and like saw the whole cornrow effect before I got tracks or something, he was like, where'd that come from? Like, you just had tracks, like, where the cornrows come from? But so the first part of our marriage, I think it was like maybe a year or some change in, where thinking about the bigger picture, like finances wise, because when I was single and alone, I didn't have bills. Oh, it was, okay, take the tracks out, put them back in. Take the tracks out, put it back in. But because of trying to be like on a budget and trying to, you know, do things that matters, like it was like either get your hair done or pay a bill. And of course, paying the bill won, because it's like, that's what's important. So when that situation, or when that season was in our life, it actually made me say, you know what, let me tend to my hair. Let me learn it. Let me figure it out. Because mind you, I told y'all that I've been natural for, I think, 8 years now. And me and him, our anniversary is coming up May 1st. So obviously we weren't together for 8 years. Not even quite half of that I was still in my natural hair journey, but I was not tending to my hair. It was cornrow, grease my scalp. Cornrow, grease my scalp. That's it. And even not grease my scalp then, because like I said, I done kicked grease to the curb. So I was using wild growth oil to my scalp, and I don't know, something else. but I know it was oil, something I can use. Oh, the Cantu tea tree oil. That's it. That's all I was using. But at first he was just like, whoa, and he was just like, well, when we get some money, we're gonna just get your hair done.
Yeah.
And for him, because like he said, what looks good, and mind y'all, I did not know what to do with my hair. Like literally, I would wash it and it just drew up. It was like a little pat afro on my head, and he was just like, "This ain't it." And I'm like, "Excuse you, because I mean, I ain't got the money to do it. So who are you to come at me that way?" And he actually said at one point that I prefer you with your hair straight and long. Which, not necessarily saying that, well, at the time, I believe he was referencing to the fake hair, because I wore my fake hair most of the time. It was either a real slight loose wave or just bone straight. And it used to be like 26, 28, 30 inches. And that's what he was used to, because that's all he saw. So in all fairness, because at first I was like, wait a minute. And then I was like, you know what? That's all he knew. So that was the normal me. And then here I come with Afro Puff. And it was like, wait a minute now. But I will say that eventually, when I start learning to do what suits my face, he was like, okay, this is your hair. So then it became, okay, I like your hair that way. And then the whole weave talk just went out the window. But okay. To the question, should your spouse consult you before cutting or doing the big chop to the natural hair?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was an easy one.
Absolutely.
And why?
All I'm going to say is, ladies, if you want to run your man out of the house, the first thing you need to do is chop your hair off, and then he gets home and he's like, you're nuts. You are absolutely crazy. Something's wrong with you. And that's the truth. Like, some women cut their hair just because they have a whim. But when you have a man, a husband, man, look, don't be cutting your hair. This a real man talking. Don't be cutting your hair. Leave your hair alone. Leave your hair alone.
What
I'll
was...
tell you one thing, you better not cut your hair.
And listen, y'all, because last year, right after like this whole postpartum shedding, I literally was like, look, I need to start over. But it wasn't so like, oh, I'm just cutting my hair. But as I had to explain to him, because mind you, he was like, I don't know about natural hair and this, that, and third, and the terms and what to do. And I was like, well, listen, sometimes it's not just for fashion. Like, a lot of times it's for health reasons. Like, hey, my hair is not doing right, so I need to start over. So in that case, because I seen a lot of people was on it and they were saying that, oh, my man is fine. And now, not saying that because I don't know everybody's relationships or whatever, but I do know men are very, what's the word? They're on that statement that says happy wife, happy life, right? So instead of me coming at you to actually say, actually, I don't like your hair, they're just going to be like, all right. And let that be the piece, because guess what? You already done it. So you can't undo it. But I truly do believe that, because he's saying from the women he know, and I'm saying from the men in my life, like the uncles and the cousins, they all, majority of them say, hey, yes, I like your hair, but I like your hair the way it is. Like, not coming to a surprise, like, whoa, where's your hair at? Now, me, in my opinion, because I think the basis of, because his preference is obvious. He don't like short hair. And he doesn't like cut hair. But, and I mean, obviously he had...
I like a bob. If it's a nice bob, I think that's a cool hairdo.
Yeah, I tried a bob and I fell in love with it.
And who told you to try it?
It was him that said, I think you look good with it. And I'm just like, I don't know, because I have a cheeky face and it's real big and puffy. And, you know, they was like, you know, you measure your hair based on your face, which I do. Not saying everybody should do it. I'm not judging anybody who doesn't. But people in my family, we have cheeks. So we don't want to bring attention here because they already like big and puffy. So we try to make sure the hair is further down. But my opinion, I think it's respectful to say, hey, honey, I'm thinking about cutting my hair. Now, like I said, in the case of health, that's really not like, what are you going to do about it? Like, if their hair is really that damaged and you actually got expert opinions and say, you know what, there's no coming back from this, then you have no choice but to cut it. And then there's options, there's wigs, there's tracks or whatever to actually help you get past that stage if there's a choice. But me, like I said, I think I truly do have enough respect for this man and say, you know what, I'm thinking about cutting my hair. And not to just come home and say surprise, because again, if I had not had this conversation, now like I said, a lot of people were saying me and my husband, he trusts what I do to my hair, which is fine. And then a lot of people actually look good no matter what they do to their hair. But me personally, I do not think I would look right with my hair any shorter than, I used to get it cut like just right here. Like it was layered, but the end was like right here. And I think I looked fine that way. But my preference too, if I could be Rapunzel, I would be Rapunzel. Not saying I hate my hair, because I love my hair. Like I love this. I love it. I mean, I had better days, but I love my hair. And he has voiced, because he didn't even, once I actually learned my hair, and he was like, oh, your hair curly. Yeah, it's just that I went through this phase where I had no idea what to do with my hair, because I am naturally curly. Like when I wash my hair, it's curls. When it dry, it's curls. But I think it's very immature for people to not be able to get on something and say, okay, this is my opinion and this is my opinion. Like it was literally like the women who saying, hey, you should, that's disrespectful, that's da-da-da-da-da, versus the women that saying, this is me, I'm Mr. Independent and da-da-da-da. Now, like I said, I think this generation too, my opinion is that we are taking a lot of things from the man. Like we're trying to be head, we're trying to be the dictator, we're waving the flag like, okay, we're Mr. Independent, but we're doing it in a way that it kind of disrespects him as being his role. Like, at what point do you say, wait a minute, this is my head? Because it's God, man, woman. But it's like we're trying to preach and teach woman and man is here, and that's not even biblical. Now, I'm not saying, oh, be in a dictatorship or, be in an abusive situation. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying, like, if your man loves you, if he respects you, he deserves respect too. That's just my opinion. Another thing, we was talking about hair colors. Now, he's all against hair colors. And me, I actually was like, yo, I want to try some.
Now, listen, here's my thing. I'm not against subtle colors. Or you
like
know,
the
like
browns and the lighter blacks.
Yeah, but I think it's
the boring stuff.
Okay, you can call it boring, but I can guarantee you that if you go to work and you got blue hair or red hair or orange hair or any of that extra stuff, your boss is gonna be like, hey, do you care about this job? Because I'm about to send your hind parts to the house.
Actually, they just passed something about that. I know y'all guys seen that too. Like now they cannot discriminate you based on what you're doing with your hair.
Okay, but why do you think they passed that?
If I came home with like this autumn leaf orange on my tips, that's going to change how I present myself or how I act.
Again, you said on the tips. That is not a whole...
But still, if I dyed my hair and you came home, my hair is like orange. The whole thing is orange. That's going to change how you feel about me based on my hair?
It possibly could.
He know the answer to that. And this is why, but again, like I said, we can tastefully say, okay, that's your opinion and this is mine. And y'all might say, well, how in the world y'all gonna be in the same house with different opinions and rules? Now, me personally, like I said, I have enough respect to either, say, okay, let's talk about what's a compromise. Like, what's the middle?
Like I said,
and as he said, he doesn't, tips is fine because it's just the tips.
Yeah.
But for me, it's like, okay, if I want highlights, which I tried that before, and I would say...
let me ask you this. You going to go turn your whole head autumn orange?
That was an example.
I'm just asking you.
No,
what do you think you would look like with autumn orange hair?
I'm not going to do autumn orange.
You look like somebody from Dragon Ball Z.
But I have thought about this rich burgundy plum color, not the whole thing, but like highlighted. I have thought about that. But the only thing
I mean,
is
highlights are
because
okay, and
I'm
the tips
scared
are
of
okay.
color. That's the only
You should be. You.
What was the other question I had? I think that's all the questions. Cutting the hair, coloring the hair, weave versus natural hair. Now, how do you feel about like the product junkie? Like trial and errors, like having to go through the motions of finding the right product. Do you feel like obviously that's necessary, or do you feel like no? Like, how do you feel about that?
Like, I feel about you. Because she buys everything.
That's not true. I've calmed down a whole lot.
Okay, well, a whole lot must mean that she was really out of hand at first. And
I was.
and I come home and it's like, I'm like, yo, where did this stuff come from? I know I didn't see this here last time. And there's so many different bottles of so many different stuff. And I'm like, look, you gotta slow down. God, I know we got some bills to pay around here and you messing up. You taking all the money and going and spending on hair products. And here I am, we got a light bill and rent. I can't do this.
And this
Somebody
is why
gotta do
I said that, because I did tell y'all, I said I had to check myself because, obviously there's a lot of people who, they're not married or they have two incomes and they're able to just, whatever, like they got a budget for this stuff or they catch sales and they say, okay, this is what I'm doing. But for us, it was him paying for it or him indirectly paying for it and him like, then I just give you some money, what you need money for now? And it's like, see, about this leave-in, it didn't work. So like, as a man, I'm pretty sure it's like, wait, what? Isn't a leave-in just a leave-in? But like I said, I definitely had to sit him down like, look, it's not that simple for everybody because there's different hair types. Because I remember I used a term the other day and he said, I don't know what that means. And it's like, you kind of take for granted like men should know everything because they're there, but they don't tend to their hair like we tend to our hair. Like, they're very basic. Like, I have to fuss at him and say, look, you need to start doing leave-ins or conditioning because...
leave-in, man, I'm a real dude.
Because when you get older, your hair changes. So then the nutrients and stuff that you had before work. But when you start getting older, you need to get your hair a little bit more. This is why we have baldness and the hairline being pushed back because... hello, your hair needs more, but he ain't trying to hear me. So he gonna wake up one day and be like, my hair way back here. And I'm gonna say, I told you.
No.
I told you.
That ain't what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do like LeBron and get me a 5 foot head.
No.
Okay.
No.
Right.
If you want to stay married, you're not gonna do that, okay?
Oh, but you gonna go paint your hair red.
And you're not gonna go anywhere. You understand that's kind of hot.
Yeah, you can finish this video. You
okay,
right
so questions, concerns, comments, like let me know if you're married, if you're dating, have you had that conversation? Do you think the conversations are necessary? How do you approach it with your kids? Like, because I'm seeing a lot of kids, that's another thing. I'm seeing a lot of kids be given the okay to just color their hair like whatever color and whatever dyes and stuff they want to do, like just whatever. I've seen that like a lot, especially locally. Like just one day they're normal hair color and the next day they're Ronald McDonald and it's like,
no,
your parents approve of that?
No. See.
But
it's
a child.
Time out though.
You have to save your children from prejudgment.
Time out. You save your children from prejudgment, but you don't care about your own prejudgment. So,
but I'm grown.
So your child needs parental advisory for the colors and things going on in their hair. But you can do whatever you want to your hair. You can go outside the house looking like a cockatoo.
Grown.
Okay.
And the children, like I say, we have to, like people say, if you give your children everything now, what will they have to expect in the future? Like, coloring your hair, perming your hair, all them things are leisures of being an adult saying, I want to perm my hair. I don't want to perm my hair. I want to get dreads. I don't want dreads. I want color. I don't. Those are privileges of being an adult. If you give them everything now, it's going to be like, okay, what I have to look forward to? But that's just my opinion. Like I said, don't bash me, don't judge me. Any hate comments, we can delete that. But
Yeah,
like I
y'all
said,
be respectful now, cause y'all ain't gonna be messing with my wife now.
Anywho,
I'm gonna have to get you straight.
comment below how you feel about any of these topics and matters. I'm open to your opinions. Like I said, tasteful, respectful. Anything out of pocket would get deleted or blocked. And I love y'all. God bless y'all. Continue to pray for me. Pray for him, his ministry. And obviously pray for America with the virus and things. And y'all be safe and y'all be careful. All right, God.